because of the idea that low-income youth, and particularly those whose parents haven't had experience at post-secondary, don't attend university or college as in any degree as much as higher income youth. There's a huge gap between the attendance rates of higher and middle income youth and those coming from lower income families. So it was the idea of equity, of redressing this, of closing this gap through a real introduction to what post-secondary education is like, and to have them see that it could be for them and that it could be interesting and stimulating.
We put together what we believe is an exciting blend of instructional sessions for the participants that teach them not only some of the employment-seeking skills that one would look for, things like resume writing and interviewing techniques and those kinds of things, but also gives them some hands-on skills that hopefully they'll be able to use in a recreation setting for sure, because that's our primary focus, but also in any aspect of life. So how to work in groups, how to work with fellow colleagues, how to organize work, those kinds of things.
Essentially, the employment portion of it is a key element of the Youth Futures program, and it focuses on finding jobs for youth so that they have a 6 to 8 week experience in the summer. Well, the key thing about the whole work experience is the whole notion of working with a supervisor, being part of a team. In addition to that, we put a lot of effort in getting people ready for employment. A lot of our leadership development, basic CPR, basic first aid, all those things are essential for many jobs. And so we basically prepare youth for those jobs, then we give them a job experience so they understand what it's like to have to get up and be on time for work, what it means to be at work 35 hours a week, and also to often be responsible for some pretty important things in our community.
The goal of the post-secondary component is to introduce the participants in Youth Futures to what it's like to be in university or college, to have them really understand what professors are like, what the university setting is like, what resources are offered at the university, what kind of financial aid they might receive.
Ben, je pense qu'un leader est une personne qui inspire les gens de son quartier, de la ville ou le pays. Une personne qui est honnête, intelligente, ça c'est des qualités importantes pour un leader, à mon avis. Youth can make positive changes in a number of ways. First of all, never be afraid to volunteer. Everything doesn't have to be a paid job. I think volunteerism is sometimes underrated in our society. It's great to get that kind of experience, to get that kind of contact and network with people, and it's also giving back to usually a good cause, whether it's a charity or a not-for-profit. And I think that's one way of getting involved. If you have an interest in politics, you should volunteer on a political campaign. If you have an interest in healthcare, volunteer at the local hospital.
The Youth Futures program impacted my life in a very positive way because it just made me motivated just to go to school and perform really well so that I can get into university and just have a great life. Yes, Youth Futures really did encourage me to attend post-secondary education, just as again because it motivated me and it just showed me that university is not as scary as most people think it is when they're in high school because it's such a big campus, but it really isn't that scary. You just got to work hard.
I've seen a remarkable change in my son, Chris. His self-esteem, his confidence, his ability to feel that he belongs with society, that there's a sense of purpose to what he's doing. And I think every youth needs to be feeling that they are valued and that their input as well as output is just as important as an adult. And a program structured like the Youth Futures programs only endorses and gives them the value, the self-esteem, the confidence, and all the positive right directions to look forward to in their future.
Part of, in order for Youth Futures to continue to grow, we need to find additional partners, and we're having those discussions, and some of those partnerships have been growing over the last couple of years with different employers, creating different opportunities for our youth and through Youth Futures.
I frankly think that it is as unlimited as our imagination. As we bring on more partners and as we create more funding opportunities to help the program grow, this is something that can grow exponentially. And I think it is probably one of the most effective, I believe, poverty reduction strategies or investments in poverty reduction that we could ever make.